Hi. Hey guys. Welcome back, my little babies. Welcome back to another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews. My shirt's unbuttoned on the bottom. I don't know why. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews. I don't know why. I feel like the need to sing that every time I do it, and I don't know why that is, but would you be disappointed if I didn't? Yes. I heard you say no, but we're going to pretend you said yes. Hi, my name's Candace. I'm your host. Thank you for joining me for another episode. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, hey girl. Or boy. Hey boy. Whatever. Thank you so much for checking out my video, checking out my channel. Again, I say my name is Candace and I am your host. And in today's video, we are going to be reviewing, I'm hype, y'all. I'm hype. I say this every time I review a Kresley book. I am hype. We are going to be reviewing Kresley Cole's Dark Desires After Dusk. Okay, so this book is part of the Immortals After Dark series, which has, if I'm not mistaken, 18 books in the series. This is book number 6. I have reviewed the first 5. If you haven't seen it, you can go back on my channel and you can watch those videos if you need to be caught up on what's what with the what. There is an alternate cover to this book, and I believe it's like a mass market paperback cover. There's a hair on this. I believe it's the mass market paperback cover. I will put it here for you guys to see. All of those covers in that like re-release series are just like stunning. So this is the one that I have, which is like my OG. Love this fucking cover. It's just so, it's so pretty. It's so purpley, and you know, like purple's my favorite color. So yeah, I don't know why I went off on that tangent. It's what I do, I guess. So this book has 388 pages. It is available for your Kindle and Nook for the price of $9.99. The mass market paperback, which, as I said, I believe comes with the alternate cover, maybe, don't quote me on that, because if you quote me on anything, you're probably fucked up, is $7.19 right now, brand new on Amazon. You can get this book used on eBay for about $4 with free shipping. The hardcover is available through Amazon for $29.10, which is an odd number, but I'm assuming that that's because it's sold by like one of those janky third-party sellers or like an individual who's selling their used book. If you're a hardcover collector, $29 is not terrible. If that's what you like, that's what you like. So go for it. Whatever floats your boat, whatever your cup of tea is, whatever. So this book, we will read the blurb for, and then we can break it down a little bit. But this book I really enjoyed it. It ties in with a larger storyline, that's kind of running parallel or running in the background of this entire series, which is really good. I love books that are like I don't want to overload my brain and like explode myself, but I love books that are part of a series where there's like, you have like the issues that the couple is going through in the series, like they each have their own individual issues they have to work through, but at the same time you have like a storyline playing out in the background that you're gonna see through the rest of the books that you just need to know what happens. This series, y'all, you don't even know. We're on book 6. You don't even know. Okay. So I will read you guys a blurb really quick, and then we can break it down, and I'll give you my rating, and then you'll be free of me for a bit till next week. If you're a glutton for punishment and you come back for more, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm assuming you can pronounce his name Cadian. In my brain, when I read it, I pronounced it Caden. I think in the audio version, his name is Cadian. So we'll just call him Cade for short, because they call him that in the book after a while. And so just so you naysayers out there who are going to be like, that's not how that name pronounced. No. Okay. We'll just call him Cade. Okay. Nobody come for me because I don't care enough. Okay. So Cadian Woed will stop at nothing to atone for the one wrong that will haunt him forever. But once he secures the key to his redemption, the halfling Holly Ashwin, Cade finds that the woman he thought he could use for his own ends and then forget haunts him as much as his past. Raised as a human, Holly never knew that some frightening legends are real until she encounters a brutal demon who inexplicably guards her like a treasure. Thrust into a sensual new world of myth and power, with him as her protector, she begins to crave the demon's wicked touch. Yet just when he earns Holly's trust, will Cade be forced to betray the only woman who can sate his wildest needs? I don't know why I hiccuped on that. My tongue's not working properly. And his heart. Okay, so, okay, a little backstory. The majority of these books are set in the central location of New Orleans, Louisiana. You have the mortal world, and then living within that mortal world, you have a vast amount of different types of immortal creatures. So you have Valkyries and vampires and werewolves and demons and goblins and wraiths and phantoms and ghosts and ghoulies of all kinds, right? Which is appropriate because it's spooky season right now, y'all. So they are all kind of living not out in the open, but out in the open, if that makes sense. Like they don't they try and deter from using their powers and like outing themselves, but at the same time they're like wild card individuals, especially like certain Valkyries and stuff who just DGAF, you know. So Cade is the brother of Rydstrom, who was a king of a kingdom. And he, because of Cade's neglectful, youthful indiscretions, whatever, Rydstrom lost his crown to a gross dude named Omort. So, yeah. So he lost his kingdom. He lost his crown. Now, you know, Rydstrom and Cade have been on the run, like, not like hiding, but like, you know, hiding. They're trying to get the crown back for Rydstrom so that he can reclaim his throne and whatever. So basically, Cade has lived with that fuck up his entire life, and he will do anything to get Rydstrom's crown back for him and basically redeem himself. He needs to do that by finding what's called the vessel. So he was told by a Valkyrie soothsayer who shall remain nameless, Nix, you wink, that the only way to restore Rydstrom's crown was to locate the vessel, which turns out to be in the form of what they think is a human woman. The vessel is a prophesized, basically like a glorified incubator. She's the mother who will birth a child who will either turn the tides of an ongoing war. Okay, so you have, in this realm, you have two factions of immortals. You have the Virtus and you have the Praevis. So the Virtus army is like the good army, or the good creatures like Valkyries, some vampires, it's like shady area, werewolves are on the Virtus side. And then you have like the evil vampires of the Horde who align with the Praevis army, and that's the bad side of the immortal world, right? So every 500 years there is 500 years, 5,000 years, 500 years. Yeah, there's what's called an accession, and it's basically like a culling of immortals to thin out the herd, so that they don't like overrun the planet, right? So it's like a big war. They duke it out. it slims down the numbers and the winners are the winners, right? So the vessel is basically a person a woman who's going to birth a child who will turn the tides of the war, basically. And you don't know if it's going to be an evil child for the Praebus or a good child for the Virtus army, depending on the father of the child. So the father, whoever's like swimmers that make it to the egg, if that person is inherently evil, then the baby will be evil, right? If that person is inherently good, then the baby will be good, and it will be a new weapon to be used in the accession. So Holly is the vessel. She doesn't know she's the vessel. Cade, who's been stalking Holly for a hot minute because he's almost 100% convinced that that's his mate, finds out that she's the vessel and is like, oh, fuck me. The vessel is my boo. Like I've got it bad for this chick, and now I've got to use her, abuse her, and dump her in the garbage, right? Or turn her over. So here's the thing. Okay. This is what, spoilers. So essentially, he's been told he has to get the vessel, deliver her to this evil dude, not Omort, but like Omort's brother. I forget his name, but he wants the vessel so that he can impregnate her and he can, turn the tides for evil, right? He will give Rydstrom a weapon to use against Omort to get his crown back. It's been prophesied that if he gets the weapon, he'll get the crown. So it's like there's a tie in there. So now Cade has to decide, he's like, hey, this is my fated mate, and this is my woman, but this is my brother, and I owe him because I done fucked up. What's he gonna do, right? What's he gonna do? So yeah, that's basically the premise of and over the course of like them trying to traverse to this place where they have to meet this dude and, avoid shenanigans and people trying to kill them and whatever. They both fall in love with each other, and then he has to decide if he's going to sacrifice her or not. Does he? This book does have a happily ever after. All of Kresley's books have a happily ever after. I've talked about this in previous videos. I don't read books that don't have a happily ever after. I'm not going to go online and bash you or like put in a Goodreads review that says like, this book was trash, don't ever read it. I'm not going to do that. That's too much. That's OD. But will I ever buy any of your books? No, probably not. I don't want to suffer. Like, I read romance novels because they're sunshine and rainbows, and they have happily ever afters, and it restores my faith in humanity, and it restores my faith in love in general, because I love love. I don't want to read a romance novel where one of the main characters dies in the end. Stop. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. If you do it, put it in the blurb, because I want to avoid it at all costs. Okay? Anyway, that's my spiel. For the rating for this book, I gave it a 9. If I did increments of like 9.25, I'd do like 9.25 because this was a good one. I don't know. But yeah, I gave it a solid 9. I would highly recommend that you pick up this book and that you read this entire series from the beginning. Don't jump ahead. Read it from the beginning. I have reviewed all of the books so far up to this one on my channel. So if you're interested to see what books are in what order or what they're about, you can go back and you can watch those videos, and they'll give you some information, as well as you'll just get to see me being stupid. So yeah, if you enjoy that, do that. But I would highly recommend that you read this book. And I would highly recommend that you read this entire series, all 18 books of them. There is supposed to be a book coming out sometime this year. Whether it will come out, I'm not sure, because the release date has been tentative. But the next book in the series, titled Monroe, is supposed to come out, which I'm literally like, y'all got any more of that? Dave Chappelle, like, y'all got any more of that Kresley Cole? Like, okay, that's me. But yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I really hope that happens. When it does happen, I will review it eventually. I don't think I'll review it right away because obviously I'm doing them in order. But the longer it takes to come out, the more time I have to review the rest of the series. So I'll try and punch those out for you guys so that when it does come out, maybe I can review it quick. Don't bank on it, but we'll see. We'll see. I really thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, if you like me and you like my channel, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell so you get notifications when I upload a new video. If you'd like to follow me and get sneak peeks to videos or enter into giveaways that I do sporadically, you can join my members only Facebook group. I also have an Instagram and a Twitter where I post stuff like that. I will link them all in the description box below, and I'll put a little banner here for you to see. And yeah, if you like this video, leave me a comment. If you have any suggestions for books or authors that you haven't seen me review yet that you'd like to see me review, leave that in the comments below. I really appreciate suggestions for books. And yeah, I think that's it. I love you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Will it be a review? Will it be a shenanigans video? Don't know. Shenanigans video. Okay. I love you guys so much. Bye. Rolling up my sleeves. Rolling up my sleeves because it's hot as fuck in here. How is it mid-September and it's still 90 something degrees outside? Like, hey summer, can you fuck off? That'd be great. My sleeves are too tight and I can't roll them up because I've got fat arms. So what we gonna do about that? Nothing. Okay, Candace, you gotta stop scaring the peoples. You're scaring, as Peter Venkman would say, you're scaring the straights. Okay? Okay. Ow, my shoulder. Hey there, boy. Hey there, boy. What you doing? Look at your abs. He's got like that square jaw, like that very defined jawline. Okay. And the vessel, he's been told by a Valkyrie soothsayer, who shall remain nameless. There's a tag on this shirt. There's a fucking tag on this shirt. Can you believe? It was scratching me and I was like, what the fuck was that? And another one down, another one down, another one bites the dust. Every time I end a video, I want to sing that song. Stop. I'm not going to do it every time. I'll do it until you guys are sick of it, which is probably right now, and then I'll stop. I'm hot as fudge. Speaking of fudge, not really speaking of fudge, but speaking of my use of the word fudge in replacement of another F word that I say anyway on this, that I say on this channel anyway. YouTube disallowed the advertising of what I would consider one of my least aggressive videos on the basis of shocking content. What do you think? Am I shocking? Is my content shocking? I literally put this on Twitter and I was like, hashtag, was it the smut? Hashtag, was it something I said? LOL. Like, what? Like, what's shocking? In relation to some of the other videos that are on YouTube, like, you can put out a video about a wet W-A-P? I'm not going to say it because then y'all just strike me or some shit. But, yeah, you can put that video up, but my romance novel reviews have shocking content. Okay. I thought that was funny. So, I was like, all right, cool, I guess. Pick another video. Jokes on YouTube. I resubmitted the same video for a recommendation or for let's see if it gets approved. Because it originally got approved and then it got disapproved. Like somebody came back and double checked it and was like, no, you said Duke of Slut. That's inappropriate. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.